So I'm gonna mix two colors now. A nice lemony yellow to kind of bring the highlighted areas into the darker areas, like a transition shade. And then an even darker dark color. You guys didn't expect that though, I'm sure. Surely not. Oh, I saw something that, so I know I've talked about this before, how it's something I've wanted to do, I just don't know how to go about it exactly. Um, so I was talking about how I'd like to do like a little watercolor tutorial, like a live lesson with everybody. And I think that'd be really fun, except the problem is your paper and your materials kind of matter with watercolor, particularly the paper. But like watercolor, it can't be like a dollar store watercolor because it won't work the same way. So there's a problem with that. Whereas acrylics, you can buy any acrylics and get something to kind of work. I saw this booklet that a store in Australia sells that kind of reminds me of those little, like, there are kids' versions of them that are, you open the book and it has like a little watercolor palette embedded into it. But this one, it's on the paper itself. Like they dried the watercolor paint swatch not in a dot, but flat, so you can like draw from it a little bit easier. I thought that was kind of a cool idea. And then it comes with the drawing already on the page, and it's like a coloring book full of them. So I was thinking I could offer kind of like versions where you can print your own stuff on watercolor paper, or send ones that are printed like super lightly so you can see the shape. And then there's a blank one like on the other side you could draw your own if you wanted to instead. But yeah, and like the little dot cards of some kind. I need to organize it a little bit more in my brain, but seeing that was, I really liked how they did that. So let's go with acrylics. The only problem is all I can teach you in acrylics is that they're the devil, so... Yeah, it's a really cool idea. Like the flat versions. Just like on the paper itself. The only problem that I saw was there's nowhere to mix the colors. So you would have to have exactly the color that you need on the page, where a really big component of me wanting, or not of me wanting to do it, but a big component of teaching watercolor is teaching how to mix the colors in watercolor, and measuring your water to get your light and dark, where this kind of seems like it'd be more, there's no control over it. You're kind of just, you have what you have. So you need to have a palette separately to do that. It definitely wouldn't be too many. Honestly, like I can work in primaries and teach that pretty easily. I think if it was something like this egg, I would do like 2 yellows, the reddish brown, and then like a blue and a red is basically all you need. So I feel like 5 and under would be ideal. Oh, that's a good idea. Like doing a little collab with Vintage for it. I like that. Because I can make dot cards, but it'd be really cool to be able to do it with Vintage's paint, because I like Vintage's stuff. Where would the blue go? So when I paint eggs, here, I'll show you. It's the gray, to make the gray for the egg white. So see, when you're going more of a blue-gray, this is all made with blue. And then even when you're using a more cream color, you still have this gray, which is all made with blue.